Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you enjoy perfume and also ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. Today I'm doing a review of Nest's Black Tulip, and I've just got this little 3-ounce roller ball. If you've been following my other videos, I've been reviewing all of the ones in this set, and I did sell 2 recently, so they're gone, but this is actually the last one that I have to review today, so this will conclude this little mini series of these Nest fragrances. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm just happening to review it last because I don't wear black very often, but I picked out a black shirt today, and also, as you can see, it's got like a red tulip, so I wore these red earrings and as well as like a deep red hair tie. I'm excited about this one. I do really like the smell. If you can hear, my kitty is purring down below, but I do really like the smell. This is a very sexy, kind of earthy smell. It's sweet. It's like sweet and earthy. Pretty sure there's got to be patchouli in here, which I really like patchouli. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be dabbing it. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, miss. I'm gonna have to put you down. I'm just dabbing it on my wrist to smell it, since it's a little dabber bottle, roll-on bottle, and yeah, I'll kind of let you know what I'm smelling. Like I said, definitely patchouli. I'm definitely getting a patchouli vibe. It's sweet as well. I would assume that's coming from some floral notes, maybe fruity notes, maybe there's like a vanilla. It's a little hard to tell. The only thing I can be certain about is that there's patchouli and that it's sweet. It's sexy. It's a little bit in the, I'm trying to think what to compare it to. It's a little bit in the realm of Montpellier by YSL. But it's like that kind of like fruit chewy vibe. So yeah, I'm gonna guess there's probably some florals or a floral. There's probably something fruity, like, I don't know, maybe a berry. There could be a berry in here. Okay, I'm sorry, miss. And yeah, maybe there's something like ambery in the base, like amber or vanilla. Maybe there's like a woody note as well. So that's my guess about what, sorry, I hope we're doing okay after all that. But yeah, let's look at the main accords that are listed on Fragrantica. Okay, so we have main accords of fruity, patchouli, violet, sweet, woody, powdery, warm spicy, soft spicy, earthy, and balsamic. That sounds about right. Definitely, I guess we're confirming that there's some fruity notes in here. Definitely patchouli, so it's a fruit patchouli. I guess there's violet in here because there's that violet accord. It's sweet. I could see there being something woody. It's a little bit, yeah, like soft spicy, warm spicy, earthy. So I don't see any floral accords, so maybe there's no florals, even though it's called Black Tulip. I was kind of assuming, like, will there actually be a tulip? No, I'm not sure, because a lot of these Nest fragrances will be named something that is not always actually in the fragrance, which is kind of funny. But I really do like the smell of this one, so I'm excited to look at the notes. Okay, so very simple note profile. Very simple. Okay, so we've just got 5 notes. Oh, that's right. So there is a floral. It's the violet. obviously, but there was no like general floral accord listed. But anyway, we've got 5 notes, and they're not listed as like top, middle, base, they're just listed. So I'll read them to you. We have got plum, black cherry, patchouli, violet, and pink pepper. The plum and the black cherry definitely makes sense. I had guessed it might be something like a berry note, but plum makes a lot of sense as well. And obviously this fragrance is going for like a deeper, darker, more sultry vibe, and so the plum and the black cherry combo are definitely giving that. I'm getting a lot of patchouli. If you're not a patchouli fan, I honestly think you would not like this fragrance, but I like patchouli, and there's a nice hefty dose of this, but it comes through very sexy, balanced with sweetness, fruitiness. The violet is not a standout to me. Violet is a pretty delicate, soft flower, lightly powdery sweet, so I could see that just adding like a nice little backdrop. And then there is the pink pepper note, which is also not a standout to me, but I can see that just adding a little bit of it kind of goes well with the patchouli. I feel like patchouli and pink pepper sometimes can, I don't know, it's not that they smell the same, but they can work together, because patchouli almost has like a little bit of spice or pepperiness to it, to my nose at least. I'm kind of surprised there's not a woody note. Like, I thought maybe there would be some sort of woody note, even like woodsy notes, but I guess not. So yeah, pretty simple notes. Again, I've said this for pretty much all of these Nest reviews, that I feel like the notes are not always fully lining up with the smell I'm getting, like they're a little too simplistic or something. So that's happening here again, where I feel like I would have expected maybe a couple, like maybe a vanilla note, maybe a woody note, maybe another floral note. That would have made more sense to me, but yeah. So I think this one is actually my favorite of the collection. Let's see, the lychee rose, I was like, it's nice, I'm not crazy about it, nothing special. I do like the golden nectar, but again, not crazy about it. This was indigo, it's gone, but that's like a fruity tea, kind of earthy tea, fruity one. Liked it, interesting for sure, not crazy about it though. This was the blue wisteria, that was a very kind of like citrusy floral aquatic. Sun-kissed hibiscus, beautiful tropical fragrance, very beautiful, but I have stuff kind of similar to it. And then the wild poppy, I'm actually going to be keeping the wild poppy as well, because I'm selling my fragrance that smells very similar to it, which is called Floral Street Wonderland Peony, because I don't need the whole bottle, and this smells very similar, and I'm just going to keep this little one. But I think this one is my favorite. I'm just a sucker for patchouli, and I find it very sexy and bold, and I don't typically, even though I like this profile, I don't typically wear it that often or have a lot of scents similar to it. I have a lot more kind of light scents, musky scents, clean scents, so I do appreciate this one, and it's just a small little amount, so I think I'll have fun keeping it in my collection without any guilt, because it's so small. So anyway, I'll go ahead and go over some other info about this scent in a minute, but I'll mention, as I have in my other videos, that I don't have any full bottles of the Nest fragrances, but I have a dupe of Nest's Turkish Rose perfume oil, and this is by the brand Sand and Fog, and it's called Amber Bloom, and again, it's a dupe for the Nest's Turkish Rose perfume oil. It's a fruity floral, so it's like kind of like fruity rose, like a little bit ambery. It's kind of a little, it's like a cousin to this one, I would say. This just doesn't have any patchouli note in it, but it's got a bit of like an earthy amberiness. Just makes me think of a little bit of like fall time, late summer, fall. I don't know, it's got like a groundedness to it. So I really like this one as well. Or the Nest Turkish Rose, of course. Okay, so back to this Black Tulip. I'll just go over some other info on Fragrantica. So it has a rating of 3.9 out of 5 with just over 1,000 votes. So that is a good rating. It's not like super good, but it's a little bit better than average. So I think people tend to like this. And I'm assuming again, could be a bit of a love-hate because of the patchouli note. It was launched in 2016, so this has been out for almost a decade. It's crazy how time flies. Okay, and users are saying that the longevity is kind of in the middle, maybe a little bit on the longer side. It makes sense. I feel like because it's got that patchouli and it's a little bit of like a deeper scent, I would think that it would last a little longer. And people are saying that the sillage is kind of mid-range. To me, this is definitely a strong scent, but perhaps when you have it and you spray it, it doesn't like project like crazy. I'm not sure. I literally just have this tiny bit. But yeah, it's being compared to just FYI, Flower Bomb Midnight by Viktor and Rolf, which is another like sweet patchouli scent, so I could see that. It's also being compared to Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel, and it doesn't to me smell at all like a dupe or anything like that, but again, that's another fragrance that has a very strong patchouli note. It's also being compared to La Vie est Belle by Lancôme, another patchouli fragrance, so you get the idea. Definitely anything with that kind of like sweet, fruity patchouli is kind of similar. Okay, let's go ahead and read a few reviews on this fragrance. So somebody says, I do not usually like patchouli, but I do like this fragrance. I think the patchouli takes enough of a backseat that it is not overpowering. This is a very grown-up, fruity floral. It smells mature, but not in the old lady way, though I hate to phrase it that way. I don't think that the patchouli takes a backseat. I think it's very prominent. I smelled it right away, and that's why I was drawn to it. I think this is just a person who does not want to admit that they actually do like patchouli in certain formulations. That's just my take, though, because to me it is an obvious patchouli, but I think patchouli is a beautiful note, especially if it's blended with, floral or fruity to make it a little more palatable for most people. Somebody who does not like this fragrance says, I do not like this fragrance. I'm not a patchouli fan, but thought it would be more fruity. Nope. Bright patchouli right off the bat. It starts to dull down as it dries down, where you can start to smell the plum. Darn. Quite hippie patchouli, but not quite hippie patchouli, but close because it's strong upon the first spray. Everybody's talking about the patchouli. So this next person says, you can really smell the patchouli in here, which is fantastic. It is a call to the natural scent of tulips, which is even better. This is also super vintage smelling, like a perfume in your grandma's closet that's been sitting untouched for years. It doesn't really smell vintage to me. I mean, I don't associate this with a super vintage smell, but I guess I could see that. I think perhaps patchouli was a little more popular in certain vintage formulations. I'm not sure. Somebody else says dark, musky, floral, fruity patchouli. Something old about it. You smell like an 1800s phony psychic medium. That's funny. See, to me, the vibe I get is like very sexy, like seductive night. Like a little bit vampy. That's the vibe it gives me. But I guess for some people it gives them like an old lady vibe. I don't know. We all have different associations. Somebody else says, this perfume is perfect for anyone looking for a more gothic take on a tulip scent. I highly recommend checking this out and smelling it for yourself. To me, it smells like a gothic poem, but inside a bottle. It doesn't smell like gothic per se, but like I said, a little vampy. Like a sexy black dress with a red lip going out to dinner kind of vibe. That's what I would say. So anyway, that is my review of Nest's Black Tulip, and like I said, I'll be keeping this little one in my collection as well as the Nest Wild Poppy, and these are both sweet, but this one is like your fun, daytime, happy, bright light. This one is like sexy, darker side, you know? So, okay, I hope you enjoyed the review. I'm sending you all peace, love, beauty, and harmony, and I'll catch you all again soon. Okay, bye.